Did I see correctly that there's a new Smurfs movie out there? Well, I found some Smurfs model sheets online. And since I used to work on Smurfs back in the first season, I thought I would download and print out these Smurf model sheets and show you guys how to draw them. So page 1 was just a title page. Page 2 has general sizes of the Smurfs. Smurfling, I guess he's a teenager. The Smurfette, the baby Smurf, and then the regular Smurf. And page 3 is how to construct them, basic shapes, like we've done before. Page 4 is just a turnaround of a basic Smurf and showing you how many heads tall he is. 3 2/3 head with the hat on. And then page 5 are action poses. So let's look at this basic construction page and figure out how to draw the Smurfs. When I worked on the show, it was either 1981 or 82, doing assistant animation for Bill and Tony. So I wasn't actually in Hanna-Barbera studio doing the work. I was at home doing it, freelance. And we had to learn like really quickly how to draw these characters. So let's see what they broke down. An egg-shaped head, a circle for the bottom of the body, and then this part here is just a triangle for the top part, cylinders for the arms, big hands, cylinders for the legs, big feet, so the feet are just big ovals, little tail in the back, and then the hat comes up from behind the ear, up, over, and down like that. Now, Smurfs started out as a comic strip in Europe. Not sure if it started in the 50s or 60s. And they were quite popular in Europe. And at some point, an executive at NBC said, I want that on the network. And they had already made cartoons in Europe. They had already done a lot of stuff in Europe. And he said, well, I want it for the US. We'll get Hanna-Barbera to make them. And so there was this giant push to get Smurfs made and put on the air. So I wound up working on the first season as an assistant animator, learning how to draw these guys. Yet another style to learn how to draw, which was a lot of fun for me. I like that. So let's see if we can do a Smurf drawing based on their model sheet here. So let's start with an idea about what we want him to do. And we can say that there's a line of action here. His head is here. And then there's the circle for the body here. Maybe he's pointing at something. Maybe he thinks there's some danger this way, and he's going to have his hand up pointing to it. Get that big mitt out there. And then this hand, like this. And maybe he steps out with his leg like that. And maybe this leg is back a little bit like this. I think my buddy Scott J was on the show in the mid 80s when he was working for Hanna-Barbera. And then he's pointing at something. And his nose here. The ear comes up here like this. And then the eyes are more ovals. And let's point them in the direction that he's looking. And let's give him shocked eyebrows like that. And let's say his hat comes here, and then it comes from back here, across the top like that. So there we have our very simplistic Smurf pose. And there's a ground plane. You always want to show your character standing on something. God knows I did my share of drawings where the guy's just floating in space and people are like, what's he doing? Is he anti-gravity? I'm using one of the old drafting pencils, Eagle Drafting 314 here. So, give Smurfs a chance and practice drawing Smurfs on your own. They're pretty easy to do. And I think next time I'll do a little thing about French comics and some of the French comic artists whose work I like a lot. Until next time, keep drawing and keep having fun.